Okay, guys, so going through your work, I've seen some highs and some lows. So some people are getting it, fabulous. Some people just need to ensure they're showing they're working out. The biggest reason as to why it doesn't look like you're understanding it is you're not showing any working out. Some of you are just printing off the sheets and just trying to figure out stuff without any working out. And believe you me, that's not going to help you out long term. If you show you're working out and you show the steps or you draw the diagrams, everything will make so much more sense, okay? So don't just try and rush through the work without preparing. If you prepare, the work will become so much easier. So I'm going to have two videos. I'm going to have this core video and I'm also going to have the extension. So depending on the speed of how you work will depend on whether you finish the core or not. I know some of you are going to do it quite quickly. So if you do complete the core quite quickly, I expect you just to pop on to the extension. Okay? So in regards to the core, I just want you to shade the diagrams. Okay, this is the core for working out many things. Your working out can all be placed into a diagram. Once you've popped it into the diagram, it just becomes so much easier. So if I had to go through these, the big key ones that you want to know is obviously set A is set A, set B is set B. So you know about set A, you know about set B, you should know about the intersection. You should also know about the union. The big key difference this time, however, is that they also have that apostrophe up there. And that apostrophe stands for the complement, okay? So it means it's the opposite or the inverse. So if I was to draw out this diagram, and I've got A and B, imagine if I just want A, what would I shade in? I just want A. Okay, A is this set, so I'm going to colour that set in. Okay, what if I say, well, I don't want A, I want everything but A? Then you've got to say, well, this whole circle was coloured in for A, but I'm saying I don't want anything inside A, so I'm going to colour in everything outside A. Okay? You would have the same thing for B. So what is B? B is this one. But now you're going to say, well, what is the complement of B? Well, the complement of B is everything but that. So I don't want to colour inside that circle, but I will colour in everything outside that circle. Hopefully that makes sense. These four will be your guideline for anything else that you do, okay? So these four are essentially the key for anything else that you do. If you know A and B, A or B, that can also help you when you, there might be a couple of questions where you know them as well. But these four are usually the key to everything. So let's just look at A and B again. So this is where you just have to highlight the intersection, okay? It's not about highlighting anything else, just that intersection. So just that there, okay? That's the only place where it overlaps. So it has to be A and B. So this intersection is actually part of A, which is that circle there, but it's also part of B, which is that circle there. That's why it's the intersection. It has to include both. Okay, and then you have your A or B. So that's A, that's B. At the very least, I'm expecting all 6 of these to be written down as notes. there are a few of you, and this is usually the people asking me the most questions about being confused, that are not making your notes. If you are not making your notes, believe you me, that is one key reason why you are finding this very difficult. Okay, and if you have all 6 of these, everything else falls into place. Okay, so for those people that are feeling pretty confident, obviously you might want to pause. You might just want to try it yourself, and then just tackle that. Essentially, that's all you need to do. Okay, so I am expecting you to try it yourself first. I'm not expecting you just to go, oh, when is she going to give us the answers? Okay, so I am keeping this to the side. This is the reason why you make notes, because you're always referring to your notes. I am going to refer to this when I start going through those questions. So when we look, hopefully you've all paused and you've all tried. So when I'm looking at A, oh, sorry, they've got it written underneath. So I'm just looking at A. Let's refer to my trusty chart. Oh, it's that one. Oh, that was easy. Just going to highlight A. Nothing else but A. Okay, then we have A or B. That's also already there. So this is my A. So I'm saying it could be A, but it could also be B. So I'm going to highlight both of them. Then I've got A and B. So it has to be both. It can't just be A. It has to be B as well. So the only place where it's both of them, that one. Okay, and the next one says not B. So we've got A, B. Guess what? It's there. Okay. So not B would be everything outside. Okay, not asking for any numbers. I'm essentially seeing if you understand these diagrams. If you understand the diagram, everything else is super easy. Okay, so after this, the next line. So they've got A or not B, because that's the complement, isn't it? So for this one, there is my A. Because it's an or, I'm just going to colour anything in that's part of that. So that's my A, so I'm going to colour that one in. If it was an intersection, I can't colour everything in. But because it isn't the intersection and it's the union, for the union, you colour in everything in that part. Okay, so I've also got not B, which is that one. Oh, sorry, I should put AB there. So that would be my A or not B. Okay, next we have A. Is that A? No, it's not A and B. Okay, so this is where you have to start thinking about your intersection. So I am going to colour one in, I'm going to colour this one in orange. Oh, yeah, okay. So that's my not A, so I'm going to colour that one in. Okay, so in there, oh, not part of that though. Okay, so that's my not A. And then this, where's my B? This is my B, so I need to colour in all of that B. So that means all of this is coloured in. You'll notice that I've done one of the lines that way and one of the lines that way. So for those people that don't have colours, you could just cross-hatch it with one colour, okay? Which is what I used to do because I used to have a trusty pencil and I used to cross-hatch them. So I used to do one line one way and then I used to do the second line the second way. Okay, so where is it shaded? Oh, sorry, this is my B. Where is it shaded both orange and green? Okay, so I want the place that is both orange and green. So this section is just green, so I don't want that section. Okay, so I'm going to leave that part alone. This outside section is just orange, so I don't want that section either. So I'm going to leave this one, I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to leave that. But you'll notice this section here, this has both green and orange in it, so I'm going to highlight that. And so this is not A and B. Okay, so for the next one, they have not A and not B, which is another one where we are going to shade things. There's A, there's B. So I want not A and not B, right? Okay, so not A is going to be in orange. So where's my not A? There's my not A. Okay, let's highlight that. And I'm going to draw all the lines in this direction. Okay. And then we also want not B, which is this one, which I'm going to colour in with that direction. So now I need to look at the sections that have been highlighted by both of them. Okay, so when I look in here, that's just green, so I don't want that. This is just orange, so I don't want that. But this on the outside, that's both green and orange. So that is the part we are going to colour in. So it's just that outside there, because these two, this is just part of not B, that is just part of not A, but I need the intersection. I don't want either or. Okay, this is a nice one. They actually give you brackets on this time. So it's not A and it's not B. They want you to say it's not A or B, if that makes sense. So what you need to draw first, in the same way that we went from A to not A, we are going to go from A or B to not A or B, if that makes sense. So A or B, that is this one. So I'm going to colour that one in. So to go from here to here, all I need to do is any section that is shaded in just becomes unshaded, and any section that is not shaded in becomes shaded. So all three of these sections are shaded, so these three will be left blank, but the outside is not shaded, so that is the part I will be shading in. I feel like I've missed one, but I don't know. Anywho, so moving on to this last row here where it says A and C. You'll notice it's got 3, but you can still use the same method. I've got A, B, and C. Okay, so we are now just going to look at A. So A would be my orange. Oh, sorry, why did I not write A and C? A and C. Okay, so my A is the orange. And then the C is just that circle for this one. Just that. So because it's an intersection, it's just a section where both of them are there. So it's the overlapping section, which here is just that section there. you'll notice I haven't done anything to B. No one has said anything about B. I've just kind of ignored it and just left it alone, because if no one is talking about B, then I'm not going to concern myself with it. But this is my overlap section, so that becomes the overlap section. So if you do look at this, you'll notice there is no B. It's the same. If I just got rid of that B circle, it's exactly the same as this diagram right here. Do you notice? Kind of look the same. Let's just draw the B back. And I've just realised I'm going to rub it out, so no point of drawing it back, but oh well. Okay, 3 more questions. So we have not C, exactly the same process as this when you're going from A to not A. Obviously, your diagram doesn't have not C in it, so I'm just going to put not C there. This is A, B, C, so that's A, B, or C. So this is not C, so if you can go there straight away, that's perfectly fine. That's A, B, or C. Okay, so this one is going to be C, and then I'm going to change it around. Okay, so this is C right here. So I now need to shade in anything that doesn't include that. Okay, so none of these 4 sections I can colour in, but I can colour in everything else. I can colour in that section, I can colour in that section, I can colour in this section, and then obviously you have the outside as well. Okay? Which you may notice looks very similar to that. So that circle I don't colour in, everything else I do. Which is exactly the same as what I've done there. Okay, next one, B or C. Oh, this is super easy. Love the unions. Unions are like the easiest things to do. So you've got A, B, and C. So it's saying B or C. Okay, B's this one. C's this one. Job's done. Yeah? This one, last but not least, you have, what is it? A and not C. Okay, so I know not C is that because I've already done it. And without drawing the diagrams, I'm going to colour in not C. Okay, A, B, and C. A, B, and C. So I want not C, so I'm going to colour in that one first. Okay, so I've done those ones. Now just to colour in these parts as well. Okay, so that's my not C. Next one is my A. So A is all of this circle. Okay, so there are only 2 sections that have both colours. So this one in here is green. That tiny bit in there is green. But both of these sections are both green and orange. So those 2 are the sections I would have coloured in. Okay, hopefully that made sense. But the key was this whole chart. Okay, so hopefully this has helped you out, because I know a lot of you seem to be struggling with just doing these. And this is the key to you working stuff out. If you're able to do this, it's going to help you so much more, especially when you come back round to like Venn diagrams next year as well. Okay, take care guys. Have a nice afternoon, well, the rest of the afternoon, and enjoy your weekend. For those people obviously looking at the extension, see you there. Toodles.